And with me now is liberal radio talk show host Coco Sudek. Good evening, Coco. Am I wrong?
Oh, Judge, you are so wrong. Let me correct a few things. First of all, she's not Hillary. She's Madam Secretary.
She's not Secretary anymore. You're wrong right off the bat.
You call her Madam Secretary like you call any former member of the cabinet by their highest rank.
Oh,
Before that, she was a senator.
Get to the point.
Second, this is a colossal waste of time. Half of the facts that you just mentioned, or half of the pieces of information you just mentioned, are absolute inaccurate.
What's inaccurate?
And some of them are downright
Coco,
lies.
what's inaccurate?
She did not pass along classified information.
I didn't
using
say
this
she
email.
did, Coco. You need to listen better. Here's the thing.
I did listen.
She did not have it on a government
investigation. She's not under criminal investigation.
Oh, what is the FBI investigating? Or yoga classes? The FBI investigates crimes.
No, you're a judge. You know that when the FBI asks questions, it is not always a criminal matter.
What are they asking her about? What she was going to wear to her daughter's wedding? Are you kidding, Coco?
I'm not kidding. This is nothing more than the witch hunt that's been leveled against this woman for the last 30 years. And the fact that you talk about her like she's some kind of crazy, self-involved dilettante is just insulting, because this woman has given 30 years of her life.
Oh, come on. She's been trying to be president for 30 years. You tell me one thing she did at the State Department, one law she passed as a United States senator that has benefited anyone. Give me, come on, tell me. Let's go, Coco.
Aid to the workers at 9/11?
Wow, I don't think that was
the Patriot Act?
She one of the people on the bill? That's big of her. She's from New York. That's it? 30 years?
You know what? The Republicans have spent a lot of time opposing aid to 9/11 workers.
Oh,
so,
come on.
I think that is an accomplishment.
All right, let me ask you this.
And the Secretary of State,
do you know that if you don't have business, government business, on a server that can be captured, that is a crime? Do you know that? It's called 18 USC.
Say that again, Judge. That if you don't have government business on a server, that doesn't make any sense.
On a government server. On a government server.
Let me tell you something. This is just nothing more than all of the witch hunts that have been leveled at this woman for 30 years, because you all have Clinton derangement syndrome.
Okay.
You hate this woman because she's a woman and a strong woman.
Let me tell you, no one wants a woman president more than I do, but not a woman who is constantly under investigation, who constantly dances with federal prosecutors.
She's constantly
not
under
a woman who lies.
Because there's
you know she lies, Coco.
No, I don't think she lies. There's an entire industry of people that have made their fortunes just going after these
Let me ask you a question. If she's so transparent, why did she scrub that server? If she's so transparent, why didn't she give that server to a third party? Why did she do all that?
First of all, because there was nothing on it left. She had turned over all of her emails on a thumb drive.
She deleted 30,000 of them and got rid of and had the server scrubbed. There were 60,000 emails, Coco.
The Justice Department has just said in a court filing that she was perfectly within her rights, and it was expected that she would get rid of her personal emails. There's nothing wrong with that. Once she turned over the emails, she shouldn't keep the server. What's the point? She shouldn't keep that information on the server. She's delivered it.
There's nothing on the server, so she can destroy anything she wants to. But let me ask you a question. Do you believe that for 4 years as Secretary of State, this woman didn't have one email with classified information on it? Do you believe that?
This is what she says, yeah.
Well, what the hell was she doing?
Because I think they find other ways of conveying classified information.
What do they do, call on a cell phone? You don't think they can grab that information?
I mean, I think they probably hand it to her in other ways. I think they probably hand it to her
She was always in the air, getting her private
computers.
Let me tell you something, Coco.
I have no... Listen, the ways that the people in the intelligence community and its state find to communicate information, particularly sensitive information, is it's part of the practice, and it does not go over unsecured emails.
Okay, here's the thing. Every email she had was unsecured, Coco. And the bottom line is, if General Petraeus can be indicted for it, she needs to be.
You know,
What?
you haven't heard any information. There's been no allegation that her server, her personal server, was hacked. I'll bet that personal server
That's not the test.
was
the
more
test
secure
is not,
than the
Coco,
federal
let me tell you what the law is. The test is not whether it was hacked. The test was whether or not she made it so that other people could have access to it. We already know that Blumenthal's emails were hacked. We already know that government employees' emails were being hacked at the time. We are just at the beginning.
But Blumenthal's emails weren't classified. It was just information and gossip they were trading back and forth.
Oh, gossip? Yeah, well, he was setting up for her what she needed to know about Benghazi. Don't get me started on Benghazi, because that's what this mess is all about. She said she didn't have any emails on Benghazi. Did she lie about that, Coco?
You know, Benghazi's not a real scandal, right? Benghazi was a tragedy that happened to our people in uniform.
You know
and
why
to
it
our
happened? It
ambassador.
happened because she would not allow the ambassador there to have the security he needed.
No.
He kept begging her
No,
for
it
it, and she
happened
kept
because the
dropping down
Republicans cut the security budget, and we didn't have the money in
but
place
you
to
know what,
secure
Coco?
that consulate.
Coco, I got to tell you, there's a reason that Americans don't trust her. There's a reason they connect the word liar and untrustworthy to her, because
you
no
keep
one
saying
believes
it.
her anymore. But I want to thank you for being on,
Republicans keep
Coco.
saying it.
What? It's because I keep saying it? I thought nobody's listening to me. I thought I was wrong.
No, because conservatives do nothing but say repeatedly, these are terrible people and you should not trust them, and then some people start to believe it. I don't believe it. A lot of people don't believe it.
Wait till you see what the FBI does.
She's still winning, by the way, in the polls.
Bye, Coco.
She's still going to be the president.
Bernie Sanders is beating her. Thank you, Coco.
Yeah,
all right. With me now is someone who feels a little differently than Coco, conservative columnist and author, Ann Coulter. All right, Ann, am I wrong?
I like the defense of Hillary that she has not been indicted yet. That was Coco just said it, and the New York Times said today she has not been criminally accused. She is not being criminally investigated. That's fantastic. She hasn't been indicted yet. Let's make her president.
Well, and do you think that that's going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, it should, because, as I keep saying, even beyond the classified information, she destroyed government property. And look, one issue, the reason it is so important that she had a private server, again, I say, I think she's dumb. We've been through this a million times. Coco saying, oh, you people keep coming after her. Well, that's because they keep doing stuff like this, from, you know, the cattle futures to the Rose Law Firm records.
She makes a killing. She makes $100,000 based on what you read in the Wall Street Journal, but then she never tries it again.
Right.
You know, so she made $100 grand.
Right.
Wouldn't you try it one more time?
Amazing day trader. Okay, Vince Foster's records, the Whitewater records, Rose Law Firm records. How many times have we been through this? It's not that conservatives keep coming up, but it's the exact same scandal over and over again. And the reason it's so important that she had her own server that no one could get to is what you said, and that is, you know, if you make a FOIA request of the government and what documents were there, someone other than you is supposed to be deciding what gets turned over. But because it was all on her private server,
it couldn't be.
She was the one determining whether it was private or not.
All right. Now, we have some sound of Hillary on World News on September 8th.
I am confident by the end of this campaign, people will know they can trust me.
By the end of the campaign, people are going to know they can. Hasn't she been around for 25 years? They don't trust her after 25 years.
Yes, but Judge, she hasn't been indicted yet. What I liked about that one is it's a completely different personality every time. Even if she is saying something that she actually sincerely believes, I don't think people would laugh. No one can. She is the most insincere looking person, and you know, this tearing up over her grandmother now.
I think it was her mother.
Well, how the grandmother treated the mother. The tearing up. Are any men voting for the Democratic Party anymore? These sob stories they all put forward, and she has to go to one. Okay, it's bad.
I have a heart about the mother and the grandmother. I gotta give her that. I mean,
no,
we all
this
love
is
our
not
mother.
part of the campaign, and they keep saying, "Oh, she has to apologize for this." Oh, I apologize for the confusion, so that she can get to her message. But her message is, "My mother had a tough life."
Yeah,
that's your message.
All right. Hillary staffer, this kid named Brian Pagliano, who installed and maintained this server, pleads the Fifth. What does that tell you, Madam Attorney?
It tells me that I hope Susan McDougal's cell is still comfortable. Boy, people will go to the mat for the Clintons.
But you know what it tells me? It tells me you've got a kid with a future, and they've got him by the short hairs, and I think what's going to happen is he's going to talk.
That has not been the history with the Clintons. Now, maybe Hillary is sinking so fast that there's no point and who cares? And again, I return to my point to you. I wish you would stop attacking Hillary because I think she's the one we want Donald Trump running against. Excellent interview with him, by the way. But she is so insincere. She is such an awful speaker. I mean, every time you play her speaking, I think people are giggling and thinking, liar, liar.
Well, they certainly...
We want her as the nominee, Judge.
You're right. You're right.
The Democrats want Biden. He's much more authentic.
Right. 91% say he is trustworthy and authentic, and Clinton is down to 64. Anyway, Ann, it's always good, Ann Coulter, having you with us. Thank you.
Good to see you, Judge.
All right.